Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? Is Suisui designed to replace Chisa when she arrives in version 3.5? Based on what we're seeing from leaks so far, there's actually a case for that. Chisa's been the go-to healer for most negative status teams since she landed in version 2.8. And she stayed reliable because she debuffs enemies and raises their negative status stack cap. And we've seen that play out with Kartithia, Ameth, and Hiyuki. And she'll likely find a spot with Yang Yang SP as well, who's also dropping in version 3.5. But Yang Yang SP isn't the only new face in that patch. Suisui is also arriving in that same version, and from the leaks, she does almost everything Chisa does. But Suisui looks like she's doing more of it. So in this video, let's actually compare them and see how Suisui's arrival could affect Chisa's spot as the primary healer for negative status teams. Do note, however, that some information here is not yet confirmed, so please take it with a grain of salt. Now, looking for cheaper than in-game top-ups? Use my loot bar link down in the description and pinned comments for a massive up to 25% in discounts. New users using my link gets an instant 8% discount coupon as well. Trusted with enhanced security features, Loot Bar offers the cheapest deals and fastest delivery time. You can do their do-it-yourself top-up or my personal preferred option, the direct no-password top-up where you only provide your UID and region. This is a practical way to save big while supporting the channel. Always spend responsibly, and thank you for using my Loot Bar link and helping keeping the lights on here. Now, back to the video. Chisa's whole identity is the unseen Snare mark. Hit a marked enemy, you stack Havoc Bane, which shreds their defense. Her outro then takes that and turns it into a team-wide buff. Anyone who lands a negative status hit gets defense ignore on the marked target. On top of that, she's got two real heals in her kit. Death Sniff, her empowered basic attack finisher, heals while it hits, and her liberation is basically a burst heal disguised as an ultimate. And she can also drop into chainsaw mode and just deal damage herself if she needs to. That's a genuinely strong kit. The problem isn't the kit, the problem is where it works. Chisa's buffs only trigger off negative status. Her outro is built around raising the max stack limit of negative status debuffs by 3. So whatever DOT your DPS is applying, it can stack 3 higher than normal before it caps out. That's the core of her kit, along with her defense ignore and her attack bonus from her signature weapon, and all of it is gated behind the team applying or dealing negative status damage. Take her out of a DOT team and put her anywhere else and most of her kit just doesn't turn on. She's not weak outside that lane, she's non-functional. A free unit like Baishi will outsupport her in a generic team easily. Now, here's where Suisui comes in and why this matters. Suisui's leak kit runs on a state swap system. She builds a resource called Stillness through normal attacks, then swaps into an enhanced Cleansing Rain state that hits harder and heals teammates as they switch in. Her domain does the same job as Chisa's outro, raising the max stack limit on negative status debuffs by 3, but is spread across a wider list of debuff types. Her actual outro is the real headline though. The longer she sits in that enhanced state before swapping out, the bigger the buff she hands to whoever comes in next. And that buff scales off her energy regen. She also got a built-in revive mechanic. If a teammate would die, they survive on half of Suisui's current HP instead. Of course, there is going to be a long cooldown behind this, but Chisa has nothing like that. So let's compare them head to head. First, healing. Chisa wins, no contest. Death Snip, her empowered basic attack finisher, hits an AoE and heals the team in the same move. Her liberation is basically a burst heal that also buffs her chainsaw mode afterwards. Suisui's healing is slower. She builds Stillness through normal attacks, swaps into Cleansing Rain, and that's when teammates actually get healed, with her inherent skill turning it into HP regen over time. It's a good system, don't get me wrong, but it runs on Suisui's timing. For straight HP per second, I guess Chisa's is still ahead here. What about support inside the negative status system? Closer fight, but I'd lean on Suisui here. Chisa raises the stack cap on standard DOTs plus Electro Rage and shreds defense through Havoc Bane. That's the whole Hiyuki synergy right there. Suisui's Leak Domain does the same job but over more debuff types. Glacio Shaft, Spectral Frazzle, Fusion Burst, Aero Erosion, and Electro Flare as well. And she's not sacrificing healing to do it. Domain, heals, and an outro damage buff all in one kit. The third, the actual point of this video, the support outside a negative status team. Chisa can't do this. Her outro, her weapon passive, her attack bonuses are all gated behind the team applying negative status. Pull her out of that lane and her kit goes quiet. Suisui doesn't have that gate. Her outro converts energy regen into team attack. No debuff required and her healing works the same regardless of team comp. Drop her into a team with zero negative status synergy and she's still pulling weight. Chisa wouldn't be. So here's what I actually think about all of this. Right now, Chisa is still the better healer. She's earned her spot in most negative status teams. And I don't think that's changing just because Suisui's coming. But the moment Suisui releases anywhere close to her current league suggests, Chisa's overall value will eventually take a hit. Not because Suisui heals harder, she probably doesn't, at least not yet based on what we know, but because her domain covers more debuff types and she works in teams that have nothing to do with negative status at all. Chisa is locked onto one job. Suisui isn't. That's the actual difference between them. And it's not about raw numbers, it's also about how many teams each one can actually slot into. If you're someone running more than one team, that flexibility matters more than it looks on paper. A unit that works everywhere saves you echo investment, saves you weapon investment, and saves you a roster slot you'd otherwise need for a second specialist. That's the real cost of Chisa's design. Not her healing, not her debuffs, just the fact that she only does her job in one lane. But I think also that there are more benefits to having both Chisa and Suisui. What this actually means for you is more freedom when building out multiple negative status comps. Right now, if you're running 2 or 3 different DOT teams, you're either sharing Chisa between them or building a second specialist healer just to cover the gap. Suisui, if she lands as leaked, removes that bottleneck. As always, if this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe, ring that bell for massive gacha luck and maybe a sandwich. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po and I will see you in my next video drop. Goodbye!